Have you eaten this? Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying eaten when we are a food podcast. Let me try again. Have you snacked on this?
The screenwriter, a guy named Ted Griffin, who had some success in Hollywood in the 2000s. Not with this movie, though, because it flopped, sadly.
God damn it.
I wonder if he was reading, like, some of these academic studies, because, like, he really cut to kind of the point of the Wendigo.
Well, he is doing a cool mashup. He is mapping the Wendigo legend onto the Donner Party story and putting those two things together with a little bit of kind of hand-waving, supernatural stuff, and then that's how you get this.
Oh man, you could do a pretty good double feature of this with Cannibal the Musical.
Yeah.
Probably haven't seen it.
Like, it would be fun to get high and see that double feature.
It'd be fun to get high and just in general.
When you think about it, this with the soundtrack, this is basically Cannibal the Musical as well.
I don't have a lot of good things to say about the soundtrack. I don't know how the two of you feel about it.
I'm sorry. Are you fucking joking?
I get what the soundtrack is going for, but I'm not on board with it. I'm sorry.
In a rare swerve, I have to agree with Tim. No disrespect to Michael Nyman or Damon Albarn of Blur. And I know
God
Tim,
damn it! Now I got to disagree with myself.
I know Tim is a huge Damon Albarn fan, but
yeah.
I found the score a little bit repetitive and repetitive can work very well, and it can be kind of grating. And I think in this case, it was mostly grating.
Yeah. Well, Mike, sell us on the score.
The score slaps. It's it sounds like they just banged it. They took the most out of tune upright saloon piano and just like jammed on it. So everything in this movie just sounds like yeah. It's just this weird like like Irish jigs and Appalachian hoedown music, and just in the most bizarre, incongruous places. There's a part where there's like a murderous chase going on, and they're literally playing like square dance music.
It is goofy.
It is so goofy, but
I'm not going to say the soundtrack is bad. I'm just going to say that I don't like it.
I think because this is an extremely tongue-in-cheek movie, that it works really well for it. And in fact, especially considering this is the time period of this movie, the 90s, late 90s, I think it's 99, in fact. This is the movie ushering us out of the old millennium.
In what way?
Because Manifest Destiny, we thought in 1999, we conquered everything. We thought there are no more frontiers. It's the end of history.
Then Y2K happened and just reset everything.
Yeah, and you know what? But things are going great. Where America's back on top, and where there's new digital frontiers to conquer.
What we're saying
Can I tell you some NFTs?
Talk.
What we're saying is that Francis Fukuyama can choke on a dick. But anyway,
right. Yeah. So the
you know what,
music...
Tim? You know what the music reminds me of? Do you remember the ramen place that we used to go to in Sawtell that had that?
Oh yeah, it's just hurry up and eat. Just fucking finish eating your ramen and get the fuck out of here. Go back to work.
Like if you imagine a banjo, maybe one of the angular banjos from the Steely Dan song, strung with one big thick rubber band.
Look,
and the guy's strumming it as fast as he can.
Yeah.
That was how it felt.
It is just like the music there is telling you, hurry up, finish your ramen, get the fuck out of here, go back to work.
Yeah, but see, that's why this music is, it's getting your blood all hyped up from this movie.
Yeah, like, I can see what it's going for. It is just, I'm not sure if it works. Because, like Mike said, it is, I don't know if I would agree that it is a very tongue-in-cheek movie. I think it is a sporadically tongue-in-cheek movie, and that kind of works at cross purposes to whatever it's getting at. because there is, there's this scene where, because for those of you who haven't seen the movie, sorry,
go watch it. You idiot.
Yeah, go watch it.
Doing?
Pause the podcast, go back and watch the movie. Okay, so you're back, and it is Guy Pearce as a
Tim's boyfriend,
as a delicious quote unquote war hero from the Spanish-American War gets kind of waylaid out of a fort in California, and it's him and just a skeleton crew manning this fort. And then Robert Carlyle shows up in the middle of winter, half dead. They bring him back to life, and he tells them a spooky story, maybe like a Midnight Pals kind of spooky story. But he's like, yeah, as part of basically the Donner Party, we ran out of food, we ate our shoes and our belts, and then we started to eat each other, and I'm the only one left. And the captain of the fort, noted accused pedophile Jeffrey Jones, is
let's be accurate. Registered sex offender. As of 2021.
Registered sex offender. Star of Deadwood. Jeffrey Jones is like, well, if there's someone still alive out there, we gotta go save this person. That's our job. Fair enough. That is how a lot of misadventures in Call of Cthulhu start. So they go out there, and it is Robert Carlyle set a little trap for them, and he made mincemeat of these stock characters, even the seasoned veterans he's able to best. But yeah, it is him chasing around the wormy guy from Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
And there's like this like jamboree banjo music playing while that happens, and you're like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
Well, I will say that I wonder if this movie has a slight unevenness of tone because of its somewhat troubled production history. This was directed by Antonia Bird, who made a huge splash in 1994 with the movie Priest, which was extremely controversial. In fact, I've often wondered if we should talk about Priest on the show because, I mean, we're
already talking about pedophiles. So
yeah, there was a tremendous hysteria around the movie Priest because it dared to depict a priest who was homosexual. And I think this was
depict like a drunken priest and like an idiot priest and a gambler priest. That is my favorite documentary about the clergy.
It's sad that Linehan started so strong and ended as a complete lunatic.
I know.
But what can you do?
He can hang out with J.K. Rowling, I guess.
I'm sure they would both love it.
God, what the hell were we talking about?
We'll save Priest for another time.
What I'm getting out of this is the reason that you guys don't like Ravenous is because you're misogynist.
I don't.
Oh yeah, like I liked it until I learned it was directed by a bitch, and now I hate it. No, actually, I enjoy this movie, but I think I was making a point about the film's troubled production history because, and I was wondering if that was the case because there is like a little bit of an uneven tone to this movie. The editing certainly makes me ask that question because there is some reasonably adept editing and also some editing which just makes your head hurt, which is like, slow down. And then other like scenes that just cut really abruptly and not, like I'm thinking very specifically of a scene in which Guy Pearce's character Boyd is brought back to the fort and is recuperating from his broken bone. And I think the intention was to make it look like he was having fragmented memories and recollections, but it just looks like they didn't have enough footage and were trying to stretch it into a montage. It's very hard to describe, but it was like, and
because there are some edits that are jarring, but in like a correct way. I feel
in a way that serves its purpose.
Yeah, there are ones like, I mean, the recuperation of Boyd in some places where it's like, it starts off where it's like, okay, we need to get him recuperated. Cut, he's recuperated, which I'm okay with because it's like, how much time do we need to spend with that?
Well, and also, like, he did the evil thing and ate the flesh, and as we've established about this movie, like, eating human flesh gives you fucking superpowers, so he is going to yell quickly.
Yeah, I'm not, I have to get out in front of this, not speaking from experience, but the movie is positing, not me, the movie is saying eating human flesh is fucking awesome. Oh, I'm so sorry we had to cut you off there because the episode gets really good right after that. Why don't you hop on over to patreon.com/haveyouseenthis, and for just a couple of bucks every month you get the rest of this episode plus another bonus episode that all the plebes don't even have access to.
It gets really dirty.
We take it to a whole other level, but oh man, I wish I could play the rest of that episode for you.
Ooh, sorry.